Still doesn't look too happy though about this returning to the square. Oh no, how am I ever gonna get that thing now, Becker? Look what you've done.
What thing?
You've ruined my plan. The thing that I asked if I could find time to buy, and then you killed everyone.
Hey, listen, okay?
Place down.
Probably didn't kill all the shopkeepers, and there's more than this one town in the entire Feywild.
No, it's
Are
too
you
late.
sure?
Too late.
It's the only
You
town.
sure about that?
Yeah. Okay.
Well,
Everyone's
you
just being
are
angry.
pretty much next to the keep still.
Is there still like ash and fires and stuff happening?
Well, from where you are, pretty much behind the keep, at the moat, you're kind of out of view of everywhere.
Oh, good. I mean, we should get back. I'm sure Scimitar will lead us because we have no idea where the fuck we're going.
Yeah, I mean, you just sort of walk around the. Unless you want to climb back up through the hole.
Isn't there
that
still
you
the
went
rope
out of.
or something hanging down?
Yeah.
Do we really want to come through the window when there are guards sweeping the tower looking for attackers coming through windows?
We just send
Well-
Scimitar first.
Or
It
the
wasn't through
one
the
who can,
window.
the one who
Well,
can fly can go first.
probably also not a good idea. What do you think they? I mean, just from a guard's perspective, if there's just suddenly this winged tiefling
Well,
hovering
they
in front
know
of it,
us.
do
Yeah,
all
and
of
have
them
them
though?
think that we did it.
We can't
Oh.
make holes in the wall.
We're just going around.
Well, I mean, if you're following Semida, he doesn't go for the rope, but also he kind of looks like he's pretty old. He just kind of keeps walking.
Just follow Scimitar.
Yeah.
The longer
Yeah, let's
get
just
back
follow
to
him.
Britain, the better.
Yeah,
Runa's
he
in no
follows
hurry.
pretty much around the keep along this very thin embankment until you reach the front gate, where he begins climbing the probably about 5 feet ledge up right in front of the front gate, and then turns to look at you sort of questioningly. Well, don't think we should stay in the keep for now.
Is there a tavern that's not burned?
He sort of narrows his eyes and just sort of holds his hand out in front of his face. Well, from here, it looks like. Doesn't seem like that part of the town is burned. Doesn't look like much of the town is burned down. I'm guessing most of the fires were by our hands and extinguished just as quick.
And
That's
let's
good.
just go for it.
You walk through the plaza. It's probably around morning right now. The sun is very much risen, although obviously through its soft red glow, there's not that much daylight. You walk past the shredded tents, and well, there is still a lot of activity. A lot of people just sort of rummaging through what remains. And all the way down towards the tavern, Semida seems in thought, and just as you reach the tavern, he, in sort of an exhausted look, rubs his face in his palms. Well, probably not a bad idea to weigh our options. Pursuing the Mabricks sounds like a dangerous path, and finding the Kalashtar seems like a regular suicide.
your people and our friend are frozen like that until we find a cure. I don't see what other path there is.
I mean, no doubt we have a lead with Maybrick, but we're talking about tracking expert infiltrators and operators effectively. Well, I
So-
mean, I guess the Maybricks have a key, and the key is in what they call the nest. That is something to go off of.
So how do we start tracking infiltrators then?
Well, if we go after the Maybricks, we need somewhere to start. The Maybrick has their house high up in the casts of the Mistwild. If we're to find anything, we'll have to head somewhere where the Maybricks are. We'll doubtfully find them in the Oakenlands. Telsa, do you listen in on this conversation?
Yes.
Give me a history check.
By the way, is there anyone not in that death stasis thingy that was with us last evening on the meeting? Or are all of them like
The nobles
out of commission?
seem like they haven't been targeted.
Okay, so just Lilian.
Well, Liliana and one of the nobles, actually.
Okay. So I think we should at least give most of the information to them too, just in case if something happens to us, it doesn't get lost.
I'll make sure it reaches Dalamon.
Another 12.
Well, you haven't spent any time there, actually, personally. It's kind of a tough place to reach. But you know that the elves of the Mistwild live pretty much all over the high-reaching casts. Cast is basically like a stone pillar of a mountain reaching up into the sky. There is, however, one kind of principal city in that place, though not that densely populated, called Keldana, which doesn't seem like a bad place to start.
Wait, why do we care about the Mabricks?
Because
This
they're
whole thing.
potentially, because they might be the ones behind all this.
Yeah, but isn't
They have
our
the
goal to get out of here as quick as
Not,
possible?
not anymore, apparently.
I mean, you can. You just have to leave a rat behind
And Rune.
in time stasis.
Where
And-
Wait, Rune was the one who wanted to leave.
Well, now apparently they've changed their mind. If you want to know more, you'll have to ask them, I guess. They were the ones saying, "Well, we don't have any other choice but to fix people."
We do have another choice. We can go talk to whoever we're supposed to talk to.
The
Liliana's
Liliana's
brother.
Yeah.
all right. You think he might know them?
Do you say this in character?
Yes.
Do you
I
think
think
he might
it's
know
a
the Mavericks?
time to approach.
Jeez.
After his, his sister in stasis like this, facing death, no doubt. I would rather not face Titan as it is.
So
Besides,
also
we
will
can't.
just murmur some Sylvan swear words.
We're just chicks. They're headed. We can't just leave our rat here like that.
That is
And
true.
people, if we can help them and our friend, then we need to help them, Telsa.
We can't lose another one.
You're right, but I just want to get out of here as
Samadar,
possible.
I want to get out of here too, but
earlier you said something about this mysterious heir to one of the great families. What would that change in the political world here if there were a person like that?
Well,
There, said Delaria.
I mean, an heir to one of the great houses is the next in line, especially an old house. I mean, I'm no political figure. I'm not too familiar, but there's no doubt that it will cause some sort of shift. It depends on the heir, I suppose. If it's a radical change and they lead their house down a different path,
But finding that heir wouldn't help us right now, right? Or do you think that would like
well,
help us
depends.
out?
An heir has influence. Again, depends on the heir.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
If we were to
Depends.
find the crown prince of Celianus and convince him to join our cause, so to say, I'm sure it would open us a few doors.
Okay.
Finding a prince now?
Don't think so, but
That was just
that's just the thing we can keep in mind in case we don't get any further, I guess.
I've never met a prince.
if we can't approach the
They're not very
Maybricks
exciting.
ourselves, then why don't we just find another one of their people and get answers from them?
that is a possibility that's crossed my mind. In that case, we would have to go to the cars and find one.
To the cars?
Cars.
Cars, okay. I was like, what?
Where?
This word's gonna come up a lot, so I
What
wanna
word?
just
Mm,
cars.
Cars, okay.
Just gives them a blank. Do I know that word?
I mean, probably.
What's it mean?
It's sort of it's like a geographical feature, you know. It's like the word island. Just it's not a
Yeah.
very common thing where in the Western Hemisphere.
You think that they're supposed to be hanging out at the cars then?
Oh, cars are beautiful.
You think that that these people will be somewhere there then?
Yes, that is the seat of their house.
Mm. You don't know if they caught any of them alive, do you?
Not that I know.
Shame.
How far away
Don't
is this
think
karst?
we would get more out of them than we already have.
There's a lot of ways to get things out of people.
We would definitely
Yeah, but
have.
these seem to be very secretive.
There's a lot of ways to get things out of people, even if they don't want to give it up. Trust me.
They are no doubt secretive.
And people are a lot more fragile than you think, Telsa.
Yeah,
How
I
long?
know, but people get also assassins get also trained to
How
not
long?
reveal their secrets.
Everyone has a point. You just gotta find it, no matter the cost.
How long would it take to get to the karst?
A few days with a guide. I do know my way around the Feywild. Just, I'm sure I'll be able to get us there. We should do the trek mounted though. There are some stables in the city. We should. visit them tomorrow before we leave. With any luck, we have some mounts available that have not gone to soldiery.
What reasons would people want to kill Liliana other than being the sister of a big figurehead person?
Well, we are in a war, but I don't know how the Kalashta would have. Every major settlement is warded. Kalashta moving through the Feywild freely, they would be caught. Or so I'd like to think. The Tanafort was warded after all, and seemed like they had little trouble breaking those. It's hard for me to tell. I know mold, but I know far from everything.
Well, I'm just asking what reasons you think someone might want to kill Liliana.
Oh. Sure, the Kalashtar want her gone. She's a capable leader. I'm sure any enemy of Titan will want her gone. She is his sister and a capable leader.
Does he have many?
What leader doesn't? He does hold the root of. Totally didn't forget the root of Ada.
Drew just kind of
It's a
blinks at it
powerful
after the
position
what
in the
leader
Feywild.
doesn't. Why would you pick a lead?
Why would you
People
pick a leader
think,
with enemies?
why would no? I
Did
just
somebody say pickles?
I got the pickles. What's a pickle?
just the casual
I
nature
eat the
with which
pickle.
you ask whether a leader would have enemies seems almost alarming.
Crunch.
I suppose if you reach a position of age and power and you haven't made any enemies, there's probably something more wrong than the other way around.
Rin looks almost offended at this point. That sounds terrible.
I'm sure you've made enemies in your time.
I'm not a
I'm sure
leader.
I have mine.
Yeah.
I f-
Even you, that you are not a leader, have made enemies. So what do you think the leader would think?
I think. Well, the fact that you're like, how many enemies is Is it Titan or Titus?
Titan.
How many enemies does Titan have?
Well, amongst the houses, I'm sure there's a few vassals that would prefer not to be vassals. I'm sure there are those that are happy with being vassals under Karis. I'm sure there's people who seek to have the glory of the root of Ada, like the Celianis house. Pretty much all of the great houses that do not hold a root probably yearn for one.
About what I expected. It doesn't mean it's not disappointing.
Yeah. All about power.
It usually is in cities.
You are disappointed that the Feywild is troubled by mundane matters.
I'm disappointed that mundane matters are as mundane as they are. It saddens me that power and ambition are what drive most people. Though, like I said, it's not unexpected, it's just disappointing. Feywild has nothing to do with it. Your people are people just like everywhere else. So when you said that you didn't know that the Mavericks would do this, do you think it's out of character given everything that you said that they might try?
Well, infiltration and operations are the Maybrick way. But I've never seen one carried out this sloppily.
Sorry, could you repeat that one more time? I'm kidding.
It seems almost amateurish in a way.
But it's not out of character.
Not completely, but camping in a cave, waiting for their distraction to arrive, doesn't seem organized, calculated. That part I would say is out of character.
So maybe they got new people running it.
Perhaps. If
Would
that's
it?
true, then it is definitely not yours work.
Could you just ask him?
If I knew where to find him,
I'm sure he would tell you the truth.
yeah, that's the other matter. Approaching any of the routes right now, well, safe for Varna, I suppose, but
Don't
the
you somehow?
Univa are. I suppose you might like them. They are more detached from these mundane matters. They care more about the forest, the spirits. As such, they are almost separate from the houses.
Probably would like them. Is there not a system in place for accusing people of shit?
There are courts, and I'm sure investigations are underway, and I'm sure we're not involved in that. I'm pretty sure we'll be some of those investigated, in fact.
It's so complicated. What the fuck? It's ridiculous. So, let me get this straight. You don't know where the head or the person who holds the seat is. There's no way that we can find out in a public or easy manner if it's them. So we have to just assume that it is and isn't at the same time. You don't know where any of their agents are, with the potential exception. We've got nothing to go on and nowhere to go.
Well, not entirely correct. We know they live among the karsts. They will be there. But how do you find a covert assassin in a city of theirs? You could probably find Veal Maybricks among the casts. Many of them. Some of them civilians, some of them guards. But it's the only place to start unless you wanna scour the border to the Shadowfell, trying to find one of the Kalashtar. And even then, I have my doubts we would survive that encounter.
Well, assuming it works the same way, there's two ways to find someone like that in a place. Either you look through the proper channels, and Rune like gives air quotes around proper, as in, the other. How close are you to criminal elements? Probably not very.
I have no connections, if that is what you're asking. You're
But
asking about my moral standpoint. Really, what matters to me is the end result.
good. No, I meant how. What do you know about organized crime there?
I'm sure there's organized crime in every city. I'm sure you can find a gang somewhere in the Tanaford. Probably small fish, but I bet they're here too.
So there's that route, or we need to find some bait.
Bait.
How else do you catch a predator?
Interesting idea. But we're not talking about a predator that would go for a morsel hanging on a rope of a tree. What were you thinking?
I'm thinking if this was really important enough that, all this stuff went into it, and one of their targets that slipped away, if we can find one, were to show up in a place where some of them were, I think that there's a chance that after some time they might try to make a move.
True. But how much time? Clearly, this. And he sort of just extends his arm. Though it seems to be a success for them, looks to be a Pyrrhic victory. Their assassins are dead, their operation dismantled. And the Kalashtar lost one of their own. I can't imagine that came at a small price. How long until they regain the confidence to make their next move?
Just have to make it pretty easy for them to.
Make it too easy, they'll know it's a trap.
Well, just to. What's the right? Tempting. If you play dumb.
What sort of bait did you have in mind?
Obviously a person. We got to figure out if there are any targets that they didn't achieve in getting, or didn't succeed
But
in.
how would you find out without...
Good fucking question, ain't it? I'm just throwing out ideas.
Either
This
way,
is weird.
the idea is appreciated. Right now, I suppose we need something more tangible. You are, by the way, standing in front of the tavern, having this discussion.
Mm.
Okay.
I guess we go into the tower. Elsa will go into the tower.
Yeah. Samida follows.
I stay out.
Fuck it, I'll go in.
I go in.
Everyone's leaving you. I'm going in too.
Ah, are we? There's. Hold on, I wanna look for something. Hold on. Are we in like the shop area?
I mean, you've passed it, but I mean, it seems a little bit early for the shops to open.
Oh, it's early. Okay, never mind then.
Yeah, we woke up in the middle of the night from the attack.
Yeah.
I
I mean, you kind of had your sleep, but then you also were fighting immediately after.
Okay,
So.
okay. Yeah, I'll fall in then instead.
Yeah, assuming Draco's coming.
Yeah.
Shit. Plan B. Mr. Scimitar? I'm not very knowledgeable on magic. Do you know any magic that can send messages for great distances?
Yes, you're familiar with the person.
Yes. Hmm. I don't suppose you could like put it on a scroll for me or something?
It might take some time. Probably not cheap.
Hmm.
Don't myself have the material, but I'm sure could find them.
Okay, well I'm kinda poor right now, so maybe later.
Who you want to send a message to?
To my mother. Just so that she knows I'm okay. I kind of disappeared out of the blue.
Right.
That was like maybe 3 weeks ago.
Oh, she must be worried then.
I know. It's not good.
Where does she live?
Back home in Ternos on Heracles.
Just if you don't mind me asking, how do you contact someone so far away?
You
Yeah,
asked me.
Magic, weren't you listening?
Which kind of magic? Valerian is interested.
It's essentially a burst of energy that is
So he was
not.
asking her directly. If
Wait,
that makes
who?
sense.
Harmony?
Me?
Yeah,
Valerian
that's why I was
asks
asking. Are you asking Semida? Are you asking Harmony?
Harmony because
Okay.
she wants to contact her mother far away.
But I'd assume there's a spell for it. Or something. But I'm not very knowledgeable on magic.
How are you able to cast all those spells?
My friend.
Oh yeah, I forgot about your friend.
Also, you don't need to be knowledgeable about magic to do some amount of magic. It can be taught in other ways. Sometimes it's just intuitive.
Yeah, no, it's just hard to imagine for me. I've learned through studying, so doesn't
Oh,
can't really grasp the like I don't
got
even know how it would feel like just to be born with it.
got a smarty pants over here.
Well, I can tell you what it's like to be born with magic, but I can tell you. But I mean, surely there's some amount of it that you can just feel latent magic sometimes. You can like see it if you try hard enough, right?
Oh,
Have you tried?
I haven't tried it yet. I can see magic.
Oh, I'm not seeing anything.
I can only feel it.
Thought that'd be something you would have learned.
All I feel is the pickle in my hand.
What?
Feel
You
the
shouldn't.
pickle.
It. Oh my gosh. Magic isn't like a physical thing that you sense and like
I'm aware.
wear
I
around.
know.
Well, then trying to feel magic the same way you feel a pickle's stupid.
I don't know, it sounded like I got a chocolate for a split second there.
Talsa will order a drink if there's anyone in the tavern.
Same. Actually, I'm gonna just say water this time.
Okay.
I know.
Yeah, the
And
Valerian is gonna order
sorry.
water too. But that is not a surprise.
Right? Getting a drink? Shocking.
How much is the room here?
Yeah, how much is it?
Oh, I don't remember. Hold up.
I'm pretty sure.
I think it was like 2 silver.
So I can afford it.
Rune would know.
I don't fucking remember. I was thinking about other things.
It was probably like 2 silver or something.
Yeah, Tulsa would also know, wouldn't she?
What?
It depends on who paid.
What would I know?
How much a room costs?
Us here, but I think both of us were
Oh.
kind of occupied and thinking about other things.
I don't think we paid.
You probably just threw some
Penis.
coins at the barkeep as you were walking upstairs.
Probably. We're just gonna make the absent-minded comment. Gosh, cities we end up in need to stop falling apart. I think we're cursed or something. One more city we're in burns.
I mean, Godstone wasn't burning when you left.
Yeah.
When we left.
Monolith was
Come back
already
to
kind of
Raul
broken
Munro.
when you arrived.
The point stands that we need to stop ending up in broken cities. Anyway, Rune's just making the comment out loud to no one in particular. I mean, at least we don't have to worry about weird flesh golems arising from the bodies about.
Well, that sounds like home, kind of.
What the fuck?
What? We got crazy shit there, okay?
You don't say. Are walking amalgamations of dead body parts usual where you come from?
Well, not the dead body parts, but like...
Not like the rest.
But like, there's a lot of like monsters everywhere.
I'm specifically talking about golems literally pieced together from the melded flesh of dead bodies.
It's kind of gross.
Yeah, imagine being up close to it.
I'd rather not.
Hence
You
why.
never know where a butthole might be hiding.
What the fuck?
What? It's a valid point.
Kind of is.
Like, you get punched, but then you're like, oh, there's a butthole on his hand.
That's a weird hand, though.
Or just immediately looks at their water with regret. Looking like they're very done with the party and wish that they had alcohol instead.
So basically, like normal.
Hey, where does it have that look in a short time and now it's back?
So you guys are all on an important mission, right?
We were.
Yes, that's why I'm trying to get back as fast as possible.
Shit, there's only
Ooh.
Haraj left. Rip them. Hope they're doing better than we are. Oh no, we're Haraj. There's only a Hira left. Which one was left? Was it a Hira?
Yes.
Okay, sorry. There's only a Hira left because we're fucking Haraj. Fuck me.
You fucking garage? No, he's dead. Please.
Poor Haraj.
He died like in the war or something.
You were gonna mention there's only a Hira left and that you hopes are doing better than we are.
Ooh.
Don't think they got transported somewhere else, did you? Do you? Alright, good talk, guys. Nice.
Wait, who
Oh,
got
no.
transported?
We got transported. Rune just mentioned that Hira is the only one left. Because
not
Talia ran into shit, right?
Yeah.
Or here's the only one on track, sort of.
At least
still.
that's what we hope.
Yeah, so we think. So it's like, God, I hope they're having better luck than we are. And everyone just kind of sat there.
I mean, they kind of lost their guide to some fallen incident. So I don't know if they are on track, but they are at
What
least
happened?
Trying to be
probably
optimistic.
still in our world.
We're
What
just
happened?
trying to be optimistic.
they could be on track.
They could
No.
be.
It's more possible for them to be on track than for you to be on track, at least.
But the real question is anyone responding to that, or is we just talking to no one at this point?
Which thing exactly are we responding?
Harmony's
They
listening.
might
She just
still
doesn't know
be on track. I hope they're doing better than we are.
Yeah, and Dolarin already said, yeah, that's what we're all hoping.
No, I didn't hear that.
To hoping others do better and also take a shot.
We're
There
all
was a
taking-
reason they sent multiple groups, I guess.
I don't think that they were like, oh, we better send multiple groups. One of them might fall into the fucking Feywild. It's a real big concern on our list.
They at least thought about certain groups might be dying or failing otherwise. So
When you think about it, it's kind of fucked up.
But,
I feel like that's more kind of realistic.
yeah, it's not like we were sent down for fucking picnics and hand-holding ceremonies. We didn't come down here on a mission to become best friends.
What's wrong with that?
There's nothing wrong with that, but it's not the mission.
Why the fuck would you send people down into a cavernous abyss with the mission of becoming best friends?
So you work better as a team. But the
Oh.
real mission that comes afterwards.
You're right. Fuck, what was I thinking? Of course, the advanced teamwork program is exactly what I signed up for. Fuck, totally forgot about that one.
Oh my god.
Just shakes their head. Now we were down doing dangerous shit. This honestly, I don't think this is any more or less dangerous than what we were doing before. Truthfully.
It's a hell of a sidetrack, though.
Yeah, for real. I mean, all of us. I'm assuming most of us already alerted next of kin that we probably weren't making it back. Maybe. Well, I mean, obviously not you. You weren't originally set out on this. I have no idea what you told your next of kin.
I didn't tell them anything. I didn't think I'd be here. I just sort of was suddenly here.
Do you think Armstones work here?
It's a good question. Maybe we should ask a certain someone who's very good with ironstones who wants to try.
And like a cartoon, everyone's head just swivels to Draco.
Except me, because I don't know anything.
Yeah.
She's like, what's the fucking
I'm just
Armstone?
eating my pickle.
Well, looking at Draco.
I think Rusty died.
Sam,
I may
Yes.
I may have died.
why?
Oh,
What's up with you? Maybe you should have fucking slept, mate.
I should have eaten.
Well, good thing
Are
about
you
eating is you can still do that.
You alright?
Yeah, I'm just really out of it. I'm sorry.
That's fine.
How dare you?
Why are you looking at Draco?
Because we're talking about whether Armstones work or not in the Feywild, and reminiscing on how far off track we are.
He will pull out an Armstone and he will use his little magical tinkering to make it light up. and in theory, it should increase the effect.
Wouldn't see why it wouldn't work. I mean,
I thought orange stones were tied to our plane. I don't know. Do I look like I understand magic? Me or my character? Do either of us seem like we understand? Also, given Rune's spiritual beliefs that orange stones are inherently tied to nature, and Rune considers that to be necessarily like nature of their plane because they haven't thought about whether or not nature includes every single plane and all of that stuff. Why wouldn't Rune assume that they wouldn't work?
Mm.
The illogical logic of
So they do
spirituality.
work. So there's that.
Wow.
All right, so getting started then. Where are we going and how much supplies do we need to get so that we can be prepared? Fucking Rune's accents all over the place. Fucking.
Hmm.
You can just tell how agitated Rune is because their accent just keeps like changing between like the accents of people we've encountered. It's like a fucking wave. It's just wiggling about.
Time to wiggle.
a few
I'm
days.
just saying that it's canonical that Rune just can't fucking keep their own accent.
A few days worth of rations will probably be enough to reach the mist wilds. Should probably get horses at least. If you do have the money, maybe an elk, but horses will be swift enough.
Would 4 gold be enough?
Why don't I spot you the horses for now?
Appreciated.
Would be much appreciated.
What about aid supplies?
8 days worth of rations?
I meant potions and healing shit. We kind of don't have the best track record.
Well,
Any
depends
NPC.
on what we find upon the way. Feywild is notoriously wild. I wouldn't exclude running into anything that might stop us, but well, it sounds to me like you haven't had any less of a danger when you were traveling back in the material plane.
Probably just different danger. So we definitely need some potions and stuff. Does anyone need, I don't know, magic bullshit? Things for spells or whatever the fuck you need?
Magic bullshit.
I already bought that
I could
yesterday.
try to get the scroll identified.
Can't we just like study the scroll for a while? Do we need to identify it?
Maybe? I don't know. I don't think I can open it until I'm ready to use it.
You could try and blind cast it.
Oh. No,
Obviously.
that's not
I
what I
use it
mean.
though.
But no, for you to like fully know what it is, you would have to either identify it or have it identified, as with most magic items. An Arcana check will usually tell you roughly in which direction, like what kind of magic it is, possibly, or that
And
it is
there's
magical or not. But
yeah.
more than that,
Okay, I'm gonna try to feel the magic.
well, it's magical. You feel magic. Congrats.
Ah, it
What
is
color was it?
magical.
Good job. What color was it?
I don't know.
Fucking goddamn it, Aspen. Whatever the school of transmutation is. I really need. Hold on, I'm gonna send you a color circle and you
Yeah,
freaking color them in.
Okay.
Actually, I probably don't need to send you a color stock, but just all of the rules of Magic.
I'm gonna go pick some really wacky colors.
That's pretty whack.
Fuchsia.
Like African
Maroon.
violet and shit. And you're just gonna be like purple. I'm like, that's not what I wrote down.
It's
Purple and
more,
indigo.
I'm gonna mix really normal colors with different shades of the same color, so that you'll have to be hyper specific in which color you're saying.
Just make it all shades of red.
there you have the school signs. Feel free to color them any color you want.
Wow.
I can just
That
send
looks
you
familiar.
in writing the what color they are.
I don't suppose anyone could identify this. That is here.
I can't.
Unfortunately, I never learned a spell that can identify items.
Unfortunately, I don't have a focusing pearl. If you
I
find
can't
one,
do magic.
let
Sucks
me
to be.
know.
Hmm.
Draco, can you do it?
Maybe.
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 What do you want from me?
A yes or a no.
Can you cast Identify?
Oh, absolutely.
That's actually.
Oh,
Easily. No problemo. Always prepared. Never not.
can you identify this?
Yep.
I hand scroll.
I will lay out my old implements and start casting Identify as a ritual.
Okay, yeah. Process takes you about 10 minutes, but clearly this is a spell scroll containing the spell Pyrotechnics.
All of these
That's a fun one.
Ooh.
are crying.
I will announce that to the group and then hand it back to old Harmony.
Thank
Good
you.
old Harmony.
Harmony, not melody. Haha.
I didn't say melody.
I didn't. I mean, I know you didn't. I'm just making fun of the fact that we're your last game. Don't kill me.
Hey, Bagger.
Yeah.
Out of character, how much would you kill me if these were all just different shades of purple?
I mean, you'll be shooting yourself in the foot with that. Because I will describe it as kind of purple. And then, I mean, not your fault if you don't know which school it is.
It's just all
Like,
these
What
words.
color is
Like,
it?
you
it's
look at
not my fault that most
let's
of these words look
say
like purple
if
words.
you put like swarm purple for enchantment and royal purple for evocation, who knows what kind of lighting you're looking at it, you know? Under a red sun, they both probably kind of look the same-ish.
It's purpley.
So, you know, it's purpley, but it's sort of got a reddish hue, so you don't really know which one is which. So
Oh no, I did the wrong ones. Ah, time to scream. Listen, all
Oh,
these just seem like. Sorry, my headset's really stupid. A minute.
better.
understand heads.
Oh, no. Oh. Okay.
Shit off. Anyway, sorry. Listen, it's not my fault that all these words just seem like purple words. Okay.
Like purple
Inherently
words.
purple. Alright, I'll send you them. Whoops.
It's time to retire in room.
It is literally the middle of the fucking day.
It is time
It's not even
to.
the middle of the fucking day. It's the middle of the fucking morning.
I need a short rest. My friend, pretty quick in I don't know how you would say it, recharging. I'm just gonna go take a short rest.
Who's going shopping with me? Draco, would you like to finish that tinkering stuff if it's still about and ready for you to do that?
Yes, so much.
Second.
Please. Is that like a now thing?
Well, I'd like one of us to stay with you. That's not how you spell that word, but you know what I meant, beggar.
Confusion.
I would also would like to come with you, and would like to buy some ingredients to have something else than stew in the future.
Wow, okay, stew's not good enough for you.
Stew is good,
Unlike
but
turnip
like
and carrot stew.
Dularian was completely fine with that, but other people were complaining, so
I'm just saying
he
that
wants
your
to take care
cooking
of that.
skills suck ass if all you can make is wet meat.
Wet meat.
Wow.
Spicy take, I know.
I've never heard anyone call stew wet meat.
Am I
I'll have
wrong?
you know, young, whatever the fuck Rune is at the second, that I
I
have
feel a little bit
expertise
insulted, Draco,
in cook's utensils.
that Rune doesn't appreciate your wet meat.
Hey, I got your wet meat
Listen,
for you.
everybody appreciates my wet meat once they get to know it.
Okay, well,
Without
the rest of you, guess you rest for a little bit until the markets slowly
Yeah.
open.
Does that count as a
Despite
short
the tumult in the early morning.
Does it count as a short rest?
Yeah.
Okay, good.